A U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber plane landed at RAF Fairford Air Base on Monday, March 9th, as the U.S. Israeli conflict with Iran spiraled. Britain's Ministry of Defense said on Saturday, March 7th, the U.S. has started using British bases for specific defensive operations against Iran. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has defended his decision not to allow U.S. forces to use British bases to support initial strikes on Iran, saying he needed to be satisfied that any military action was legal and well planned. He later granted U.S. forces permission to use British bases for what he called defensive strikes against Iranian missiles in storage depots or launchers. Speaking on Monday, Starmer said that the UK and the United States were working together every single day, when asked whether the special relationship between the two countries was in tatters.
We've done a lot of work in the last 18 months to put some resilience in and make sure that we've got some headroom, which is basically some insurance within the economy, but also inflation is 3% and going down. So in that sense, there's more resilience. But the job of government is obviously to get ahead, to look around the corner, to work with others. And the Chancellor speaks to the Governor of the Bank of England on a daily basis. We're looking cross-departmental within government, assessing the risks, monitoring, and talking to our international partners as well about what more we can do together to reduce the likely impact on people here and businesses here. The longer this goes on, the more likely the potential for an impact on our economy, impact into the lives and households of everybody and every business. And our job is to get ahead of that, to look around the corner, assess the risk, monitor the risks and work with others in relation to that. The US and the UK are working together every single day, as they always have. Obviously, in relation to Iran, the US are now using UK air bases under the agreement that we've reached. What I would say is this, is that decisions about what's in Britain's best interests are decisions for the Prime Minister of Britain. And that's how I've approached all of the questions and all the decisions that I've had to make. It is really important, that's a fundamental principle, that it is the UK Prime Minister, who everybody expects, the people of the United Kingdom would expect, that the UK Prime Minister would make the decisions using our values, our principles, in the best interest of our country. The Chancellor is talking to the Bank of England every day to make sure that we're ahead of that. I would just say on energy prices for households, the energy price cap is in place until June, and therefore we're not anticipating that is going to change, which will give a degree of reassurance. But of course, businesses and others will be concerned to watch carefully what's going on. We do need to find a way to de-escalate the situation, and that's what a lot of our discussions are about. How do we find a way to de-escalate this situation and make sure it doesn't escalate even further than it already has?